George Hanna is the son of Esper and Mary Hanna, Orthodox Christian Syrian immigrants. George was born in Brooklyn, New York, and is the eldest of 6 siblings. His family lived in Western Pennsylvania, where his father owned a restaurant. From an early age, he was influenced by his parents' dedication to their church and local community. If there was a need, the Hanna family was involved. From fundraising for St. Elian to the local food bank, George was also a volunteer fireman, along with his father. In '51, George was drafted into the U.S. Army and married his sweetheart, Mary Elizabeth Michael. George was a medic in the U.S. Army and was honorably discharged in 1953. After living a few more years in Pennsylvania, George decided to move his family and Hanna Construction to Orange County, California. After settling in Garden Grove, George and Mary quickly became involved in their church, both teaching Sunday school. George was on the building committee of the St. Luke's Orthodox Church in Garden Grove, the first Pan-Orthodox church in Orange County. He dedicated his time, talent, and treasure to building St. Luke's. He is a founding member of the Arab American Republican Club, a trustee for the World Affairs Council, a past Lincoln Club member, a City of Santa Ana Planning Commissioner, and a mayoral candidate for the City of Santa Ana in 1988. George, a dedicated husband for 61 years to his late wife Mary, has 4 children, 9 grandchildren, and 4 great-grandchildren. They're all here, right? George's first and greatest accomplishment is his family. George's passion for Middle East peace and justice was a natural path for him to follow. He took out political ads, wrote letters to the editor, did fundraising, and was involved in grassroots discussions throughout Southern California. He made 2 trips to the Middle East where he met with kings, prime ministers, and presidents. George continues throughout today to support Middle East peace and justice. George was inspired by Alex Oidy's dedication and resolve. After Alex was assassinated, George wrote the resolution condemning Alex Oidy's death and presented it to the City of Santa Ana. He, with Hanna Construction, was an instrumental contributor to building and dedicating a statue for Alex, which now stands outside the Santa Ana Public Library. It was unveiled on April 12, 1994, at a ceremony attended by more than 500 spectators, and where speakers like Casey Kasem, Larry Agron, California Congressman Ed Royce, Reverend Darrell Myers, Dr. Maher Hathout, Chairman of the Islamic Center of Southern California, Monsignor Jamie Soto, and Rabbi Arnold Rushlis honored Alex's memory and legacy of mutual understanding and peace. Again today, his son George Jr., with Hanna Constructions, has generously undertaken to donate services to the renovation of the statue, an effort led by ADCOC in conjunction with the City of Santa Ana. Please welcome George Hanna.
Well, I want to thank the ADC and its committee members for giving me this honor. I don't know whether I deserve it or should have it. I sort of feel like Norm right now. I feel so inadequate about hearing of all the trials and the tribulation of other individuals. The ADC does have a daunting task. They have a great challenge. I'll talk briefly about what you're being faced with. We'll talk about it. In the early stages, and when I say early stages, I'm talking about in the 70s and the 80s when we used to go visit our congressmen. They thought we were the Jewish delegation. They said, we never had any visitations from Arabs. I said, well, we're going to start happening right now. And of course, I'm thinking of the conflict that's taken place in the Middle East. And when we have members of Congress saying, keep going, don't stop the ceasefire. I just wonder if there's any congressman that had the courage of Rachel Corrie, which I doubt. You'll never hear that from any of the congressmen. And when you do visit your congressman, they'll give you a lot of lip, but they don't deliver the goods. Believe me, I've been through it. Walking the halls of Congress, it's not very pleasant. They could care about, I think Norm made some comments on the fact that the relationship between the U.S. government and Israel is unbelievable. It's not, there are no words for it. Like, let's take Rachel Corrie. Probably that bulldozer was paid by the U.S. taxpayer. And we should never forget that. When you're addressing your political congressmen or wherever you go, bring up that Rachel Corrie. Her vision should not go away. Likewise with Alex Oda. Quiet, individual. You can almost blame the media on his death. He uttered one word that night, or before his death, that Arafat is a man of peace. I don't know if you recall that, any of you. No, that's what he said. And that brought on his death, uttering those words, talking about peace. And never let his memory die also. Thank you.
And the award reads, the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee, Orange County Chapter, proudly joins with the Arab American community in presenting the Lifetime Achievement and Philanthropy Award to George Hanna in grateful recognition of your lifelong leadership, selfless philanthropy, and enduring passion for the American Arab community. Your advocacy and empowerment through positive change is greatly appreciated and respected. October 5, 2014.
Thank you again, ADC, and the committee members. My good friend, Sudel.
If you hear your name, please stand up. Yola Saman, Eli Khawam, Suhail Hawi.